so now this is fully done, and we're making a leap towards this way. Over here, there's a few things that could increase physical damage and whatnot. If I'm going to hit these, yeah, they've really jostled everything around here. So, like, I'm vaguely remembering stuff. Like, I think I remember swinging down this way and going in here first, but it doesn't look like whatever I, wanted here is still here. So, 4% chance to deal double damage? Nice. So yeah, it's frustrating as how, like, down here again they've changed. This feels like I'm doing something wrong, but I'm not. It just, this has changed. Ooh, oh, good chance. May as well, keep using orbs of chance on stuff. You know.
The men here should have listened to their hearts. Their minds were not their own.
Like on the strong boxes and whatnot. Never know, I might guess the, a unique version. So. Probably not. Yeah, no symbols on the map. There's an armor guy here, but that's it.
Far too much baggage.
Brutal champion. How? Bastard, they actually got me. Dare he? No interest in any of these.
Inquisitor. If you attempt to transmogrify a virtue gem without the proper mental preparation, you will be a puppet master working strings made of vipers. Remember, these gems are phantasms in crystalline form, alive, with volitions inscrutable. Master conscious dreaming, as I instructed you. Your death would mean little to me, Malagaro. It's what your demise could unleash. That is that.
I wonder what he feared, that his death would unleash. Random ghost. Like, was there a particular fear he had, or what? It's been, you know, whatever perverted, gem Malachi would have been working on, I guess. Just, you know, like some people are low-bearing bosses. Their deaths would, you know, open the cages and, you know, cause their base to crumble and all this.
Far too much baggage.
You know, did he have did he fear Malgar was that kind of person, or what? Awfully meta of him. There's a 12 ascendancy here somewhere. We found it. We also found the obelisk.
The path to justice
Touch it
is
a moment.
slender and perfidious, fraught with missteps of ambition and despair, egotism and doubt. Should you choose this road, beware those who would waylay your hopes and disembowel your dreams. Remain sure and remain true.
Point to that was to set it up so you can run past without getting nicked by the blades. But frequently I do so anyway.
Far too much baggage.
Yeah, I did it quite wrong. Still, I got through.
There is a fine line between consideration and hesitation. The former is wisdom, the latter is fear.
There's more brawling to the north.
Far too much baggage.
Alright, so. Okay. Sorry, I didn't really get much there. So one issue with these, you end up feeling like you're not really with Betrayal, even if you didn't get much, you felt like you're making progress on a grander thing. With this, nah, you just end up feeling like you missed out. So it's just, I know, it's a lot more disappointing to me. Ah, found the right way.
Don't forget, son. The blood and the screaming just like me.
Uh-huh.
That thing! It slaughtered everyone! Help me!
Damn it. Died very easy.
Someone had to put an end to this cruel experiment.
Died very easy. I was hoping to see if I get a good look at it. But no.
I bequeath this transmutation device to you, Inquisitor Maligaro, in recognition of your devotion to our sublime art. May it be the chariot that conveys your dreams into reality. Malachi, Thaumaturge Laureate to the Empire.
Piety was after a creation of Meligaro's called the Baleful Gem. It's nearby and it's something that heartless bitch must never get her hands on. You have it already. Thank innocence. All right, take it to the Esmeri village by the river. I'll meet you there, for my days with the Ebony Legion are done.
Alright. Alright. Few people have something to say.
Oh, hankering for education,
Oh, oh God.
I have spoken with Helena of Dominus and his expedition. It all sounds horribly plausible. Whether we can fully trust what she tells us, time will tell if her torn loyalties are to mend in our favor. Show me this gem from the Chamber of Sins. It has the aspect of a virtue gem, like those you carry already. Yet it's clearly not made to slot into any of your standard equipment. Look at the color. Feel the energy coming off it. Maligaro had little virtue in mind when he made this thing. Could be the nasty piece of work Silk picked up near the Chamber of Sins. Looks too much like Maligaro's dark science to me. If you can talk Silk into giving it to you, do history a favor and sink that spike to the bottom of the river. The Baleful Gem and Maligaro's spike. I'd wager these two grotesqueries were made for each other. A marriage born in darkness. My advice? Send them to their wedding bed. The riverbed.
It's a recurring theme with him. Destroy the items that you need to actually progress the game.
That ancient gateway to the northwest. It's a peculiar thing, not of the Eternal Empire. It could be Val in origin, a culture I've seen mentioned here and there in some of the most antique of texts. It is the Val who began the use of virtue gems well before our imperial ancestors. Little else is known about them. If only I had my old museum archives, I could have given you a more tempered theory. The Chamber of Sins? Apparently, the late Archbishop Geoffrey of Frisia gave it that title. It was built by Emperor Titus for one Inquisitor Maligaro. How do I know this? To my shame, I did Dominus's dirty work in the selfish hopes of scholarly advancement. I scoured fragments of documents brought back by Fairgraves and Doreso before his disgrace. I unearthed all I could on the Eternal Empire's masters and mistresses of thaumaturgy, the subject of keen interest to our supposedly devout High Templar. If I were you, I'd avoid Maligaro's old laboratory, a place of illness infected by a diseased mind. Keep your wits.
The Oriathan girl. She is alive. She wants to stay with us, not to go back to her people. I say we take her traitor's heart to the chief. Ask that the warriors in black leave us be. I sleep less, but no more, thanks to you. Helena gave me these. Use it or cast it away. I do not care. I have no time for Helena's breed of peace.
Sadly, this one is only a temporary thing. It's the base duration 4 seconds. Ugh. Actually, no. I think actually that's a no. I think it's like a normal buff, but there's a secondary part to it that has only a 4 second duration. Given that I'm already doing fire damage, I probably should just go with Herald of Ash.
Rocks and water. They move and live like monkey and viper. They die like monkey and viper too. There is no heart to see, but there is a heart to stab, if you can find it with your spear. I have no use for Helena's kind of peace. You are a hunter of man. Today you have hunted bandits. Tomorrow, when you are restless, will you hunt us? You should go. Find another hunting ground. Leave us in peace.
Travel far.
How be you? Many exiles come this way. Eramir is not like them. Not like you. He is an old man with many stories. He teaches us words that you can understand. He teaches we as Miri to be strong. Not in our arms and legs like Grust. Strong in our heads. I like Yina. She thinks bigger than this place. She knows there is more to life than hunting and growing Morka. There is spirit. Grust is the big man in the tribe. All do what Grust says. But his spear goes limp when faced with the 8 legs. I like this new Oriathan woman. She has new stories, not like Eramir, who only speak of that which is dead and dust. Yes, I have many questions for this Helena. Great white beast is dead. Then make a tale, a song to sing, of the mighty Exile and their teacher, Silk the Wise. Many will be impressed, yes? The path to the sea is open. You are a legend that lives, Exile.
The spirit is strong in Fellshrine. You touch the stones, you will feel it. They spoke to me, those stones. Told me to take their altar, and to find the hand of a good man. He lived in that church, as you call it. The altar is his, and it will wake when he touches it once more. You could find the good man. Bring me his hand. When the spirit of the altar awakes, I will share it with you. I promise. Silk knows more than others think. He watches. He learns. Look between the words. and you'll see the truth in Silk's stories. Helena is healing. I make sure of that. But you want to know if you can trust her. I see her spirit. It was born good and needs work to keep it that way, much like yours. Viper eats monkey, monkey eats viper. The forest is hurt, confused. It fights with itself. There is no peace for us in this war. There is land that has forgotten the spirit. Some man told the rocks and water a different dream. Now the rocks and water think they are man.
Ooh, I could go with Herald of Purity. Definitely. Ooh. Cast on affects you and nearby enemies differently depending on your stance, flesh and stone. Increases cooldown recovery speed. Nearby enemies are blinded while in sand stance, and you take 10% less damage from enemies that aren't nearby while in sand stance. But when blood stance, and nearby enemies are maimed, and enemies maimed by this skill take 14% increased physical damage. I don't have the dex for it, but that is nice. Oh, the purity. I probably wouldn't be able to work both of these, but still. And I guess I'll leave that there since I can't use it.
Remember to live.
And we'll talk to her.
I gave the Ebony Legion my faith and my loyalty, and it offered me nothing but fear and death in return. Thank you for freeing me from both. I have nothing to give you but my gratitude and my knowledge. I know you have no use for the former, so let's hope the latter makes up for it. Piety would have concurred with Eramir's theory about that northwestern ruin. The Val were a powerful civilization predating even the Eternal Empire, and Piety very much wanted to see what toys the Val might have left for her to play with behind those stone doors. Yet we couldn't budge them, not with that giant of a tree holding them fast in her roots. You now carry a cure to that problem, or rather a useful illness. Use the spike to inject the baleful gem's calibric extantia into the roots. One day soon, Piety will find her way into that ruin. You need to get there first. According to his notes, the baleful gem was a byproduct of Meligaro's attempts to enhance the already formidable qualities of virtue gems. It was an abject failure, yet Meligaro wasn't one to waste his atrocities. By combining the baleful gem with the venom extracted from one of his arachnid subjects, he brewed something called Black Elixir. He proudly proclaimed it to be the most potent poison in existence, until it was stolen by a man named Victario. It was rather entertaining to read Meligaro's intentions for Victario once he caught the man. Twisted, yet I can't fault the Inquisitor's creativity. Meligaro had an assistant, a man named Raulo. If Meligaro's records spoke truly, Raulo offered himself freely as a test subject. With the spike, Meligaro injected Raulo with a high dose of calibric extantia, thus gifting the poor man with both endless life and horrific deformity. In honor of his sacrifice to Meligaro's work, the Inquisitor gave Raulo a new name, Fidelitas. I thought Dominus was a leader of vision, of purpose, the man who would resurrect the Eternal Empire. In truth, Dominus is only after power, the black thaumaturgical power locked within the virtue gems. He wishes to create a new empire, one in his own image. I drank every night to try and wipe that image from my mind. It's still there. Our expedition made camp in the western forest while Piety took a few men through the pass to Axiom prison. She was after the research notes of one Chevron of Umbra, a witch who devoted herself to the study of transfiguration during the latter days of the Eternal Empire. Piety returned alone and disturbingly happy with her findings. I've learnt that when Piety is happy, misery is soon to follow for everyone else.
Since there's so much text to go through here, I've just been reading my phone because I've heard this so many times. You know the Dragon Quest games. Someone here was claiming that the third one was so popular in Japan, people outright skipped work for it and school.